I think there's no better feeling than winning.
It is really enjoyable to see your friends playing well and playing well as a cohesive unit. It's good fun.
It's like the best feeling ever because, you know, everyone's put their bodies on the line, all the boys have dug in together, and it's like nothing can really describe it.
I never really understood men's mentality when it came to sport. Don't get me wrong, I understand people having a hobby, but I never understood why men became so invested in the sports. Since coming to Queen's, I've had a first-hand insight to the men's rugby team, and I'm hoping they might be able to tell me why the sport is so important to them.
Rugby as a whole has been great crack. I have made lots of friends for life through rugby at school, at age grade camps and different things like that. And when you come to uni, you do make this insane bond with boys that you give everything for on the pitch.
So I didn't know anyone here apart from a couple of my flatmates when I first started, but now like everyone I see them around campus all the time, and it's just like kind of like a family unit as such. Even if you're not I wasn't playing that much at the start of the year, and even still I would still chat to everyone, and it was just good to make friends, especially when starting off in first year at uni.
Over the years it's kind of built into something, you know, really big. So I mean, I know like everyone from like people my age to right down to first years, so it definitely expands your social circle and means you like, you know, people from all different courses and backgrounds, and I think definitely doing a sports club at uni is one of the best decisions you can make, sure.
And university rugby is a great way to meet new people, and the social side is great, good fun.
Mental health and rugby just aren't talked about enough.
I decided to head down to the rugby pitches to talk to some close friends of mine to find out why they decided to play rugby and what the game means to them.
My dad always loved it, and like I started playing rugby when I was like 5 or 6, so that would have been what, 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
And then like obviously I can remember one of my first rugby memories is like the World Cup in 2007. I just remember absolutely falling in love with it. Rugby mad, anything I could do, play, watch rugby, I was doing it. So far I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's given me lots of injuries, lots of bumps and bruises, but it has been incredibly rewarding to me. There's been times where like if I was playing rugby on a Saturday and I was really looking forward to it, it was a big match, and then it got cancelled, I'd be in rubbish form the rest of the day on Saturday, and I'd be like hard to deal with and like, you know, just moody sort of thing. So then obviously the rugby is sort of like a way to vent your aggression and just like any emotions. Certainly throughout the years I've heard of many of like professional sportsmen and rugby players in particular that have suffered with depression and other mental health issues. Like an example of this would be like Johnny Wilkinson. He's always said he's suffered with depression and like anxiety, like trying to cope with the pressures of professional sport. And like the really weird thing is that I have mates in my like old rugby team back home and my rugby team here. They still are like trying to cope with the level of expectation on them, even though it's so small, and even without that media spotlight as well, they still struggle with the same issues that the professional sportsmen struggle with. And to me, I just think that isn't talked about enough. I think there are lots of new like initiatives and stuff like that are sort of bringing it more into the light and showing how big an issue it is.
Just over 3 out of 4 suicides are by men, and suicide is the biggest cause of death for men under 35. Men are also less likely to access psychological therapies than women. Perhaps these guys play rugby as their own form of therapy. And what would you say to someone who was considering taking up rugby?
It's a really good outlet for any emotions, kind of emotions that you have, and sort of the qualities that they instill in you, like respect and teamwork, like early on.
Yeah.
They'll stay with you for as long as you play.
Talking to Jack has completely changed my mind about rugby. Before I thought it was just a game, but now I realise that this is a massive part of these guys' lives, both mentally and physically.
So like when you lose, it's hard to deal with at first, but it almost makes you not excited but more ready for the training week ahead. And then when you win, obviously it's normally a night out afterwards, so win or lose on the booze.
Yeah. Thank you very much.